Hello everyone, welcome once again. In this series we've been discussing on how to write and publish a book yourself, and I touched on why you need to write a book. First of all, you have to leave a legacy for the next generation. Secondly, there is an experience, there is something you have that will go a long way blessing others if you share it through books. Now the third thing I mentioned was that through books, even though you may die and go away, your memory still remains. So these are tough or important reasons you should write a book. Briefly, and I shared that in the previous video. I also shared with you what you should write about, and I simply mentioned that you should write about something you are passionate about. So anything you are passionate doing should be something you should consider writing about. Today I'm going to start talking about the writing process itself. So the first thing to do in writing is come out with an outline. This is so important. Now let me give you a scenario to illustrate this. Now supposing you probably went to visit a friend and he says to you, well, my friend, let's go out, I'm taking you to a place. And you ask, where are you taking me to? He doesn't say anything, and the next thing you realize, you are at an airport. And like, what's happening? You didn't tell me where we are going. And then he says to you, don't worry, I'm taking you to a place. The next thing you realize, you're in the flight going to a different place with no idea about what's going on. You would not be happy about that, right? So that's the same thing about writing a book. It's good to create a roadmap before you begin. So at the end of your book, if somebody picks your book to read, what is it that they have to know? What's the roadmap? Where are you leading them to? So that is what is going to be in your content. Now the reason you have to write a content is because that will be a roadmap or a guide for you in the writing process. So let me give you a quick example. Supposing you're writing about parenting. What do you want people to know? Maybe you want people to know about what good parenting is. So that can be one of your outlines. You want people to know the difference between good and bad parenting. So that can be another one. You want to know people to know why children rebel against parents. That can be something, one of your content. So come up with a list of things that you want to address in your book. Now, to finish up, a very simple way to come up with an outline is to write it as a form of questions. There is what is known as the 5 W's 1H. So 5 W's means what, who, when, where, whom. So if you're talking about parenting, for instance, what is parenting? What are the challenges of parenting in the 21st century? Who is a parent? So you come up with a number of questions. Then the how, the H is how. So how do you become a good parent? How do you avoid raising children who are rebels? How do you avoid raising children who are not influenced by the trend of this generation? So list all these questions about, maybe try and sit down, brainstorm all these questions, 20 or 40, as many as you can. Then the next video, I'll show you exactly how you can write the book just through a simple interview process without even having to take a pen and write if you don't want to go that approach. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Stay blessed. Bye.